Hi there. I wanted to stop by and speak to you briefly about gratitude, which has been for me the single most effective tool in my whole self development toolbox, and something that has been part of my morning routine for at least a couple of years now, and that I recommend to my coaching and workshop clients often because of the impact it has. So I wanted to speak a little bit about why do it, and then how to go about doing it really. So why do it? Why be grateful? Well, it's mainly to do with you get what you focus on, right? So it's about training your brain to find the abundance in life, the things to be happy for, and not the scarcity or the lack. So some might call it law of attraction. You get what you focus on. Or if you're feeling more scientifically inclined, you might refer to the reticular activating system, the RAS, which is part of your brain that basically acts as the gatekeeper or bouncer for all the information coming in from all your senses. You couldn't possibly take in and process everything coming at you 24/7. So your RAS filters and basically gives you what it thinks you want. And what it thinks you want is what you've unconsciously programmed it to do. So the stuff that you've told it you're interested in. So have you ever, for example, been looking at buying a car and suddenly all you see on the roads are cars of that make? Or you're looking at buying a house and suddenly, the houses and house prices are leaping out at you. And it's this kind of selective focus of the reticular activating system. So if we just go about our daily life focused on the negative equally and the positive, we're not actively taking control and programming our reticular activating system. But if we choose to focus on the positive and things to be grateful for, through the use of a gratitude diary, telling the brain that we want to find more things to be thankful for, then our RAS does the work for us, and it acts in our favour and it sees all the abundance rather than the scarcity. The other reason to do it really is that gratitude is the quickest route to happiness, and quite frankly, who doesn't want to be happy? I can tell you from personal experience that it's certainly made me a lot more of a happy person by focusing just a few minutes every day on gratitude and on writing a gratitude diary. So that's the why. How to go about it? Well, first of all, choose a format that suits you. So for me, that's writing down in a diary, basically. But you might choose something else. Some people choose to do like a gratitude jar. So rather than write a list of things they're grateful for, they might write one thing a day on a slip of paper and put it into a jar, and then go back at a later time, maybe at the end of the year, and have a look at all the things they were grateful for. People also do video diaries. Other people are kind of visual, so they might draw. It's completely up to you. Choose something that fits with how you know you like to work. Also, find a time of day that suits you. For me, that's in the morning. It's part of my morning routine, along with meditation. But for some people, that's not suitable. You might have kids, you might have other things you're doing in the morning, and so the evening might work for you. Some people like to sit down in the evening and go through all the things in the day that they were grateful for. For me, it's always got to be the morning. I'm much more of a morning person, and it also sets me up for the day. So I'm constantly looking for things to be grateful for. It kind of programs my brain, and also I review the previous day of all the many things that happened to me that I'm grateful for. So you can imagine, by the time I've done that in the morning and meditated for 20 minutes, I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty zen most of the time anyway. Also, in terms of how to do it, I would say the phrase fake it till you make it really applies here. So even if you are not feeling positive or it feels forced in some way, do it, because it gets you into the practice, and it can even shift your state as well, shift the way you feel. So there's been times when I really haven't felt like it, and I felt like, what is there to be grateful for? And actually, by the time I start going back through the day before and thinking, actually, yeah, this and this, with reference to this also, I would suggest starting small and not putting pressure on yourself. So don't say, right, I'm going to write 2 pages every day of things to be grateful for, because you won't keep it up. You won't do it. It will feel like a chore. And it's about setting, as with any goal really, it's about making sure it's achievable. Otherwise you just won't get anything out of it. So for me, I promised myself that I would write a minimum of just 3 things every day I was grateful for. And how long is that going to take you? That's not going to take you long at all. Actually, I end up writing a kind of whole exercise book page worth of things that I'm grateful for, but I don't make myself do it. The one thing, the minimum I say I'll do is the 3 things. Also, do it every day. This is a cumulative thing. It's not like a quick fix, like, oh, I wrote a gratitude diary for 2 days. Where's my happiness? You know, we're very kind of quick fix society these days, and the gratitude diary practice is an ongoing thing. I promise, though, that once you keep at it and you look back, you really will start to notice gratitude, just see it starts to seep into every aspect of your life. But yeah, it does build up, so do it every day. Also, make sure you do set the time aside as a real gift to yourself. This isn't, you know, be holier than thou and be grateful, and you know, your halo will start to grow. This is something for yourself. This is to make you happier. So do set the time aside. Like I say, even if you're going to write 3 things, that doesn't take you long, in the morning or in the evening. And also actively choose gratitude. So we do have a choice on what we focus. The brain's a powerful tool, as Buddha is often apparently said, or it's often attributed to him, is the quote, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. So you really can, you know, the mind is massively powerful, but we don't use it as a tool. We don't kind of proactively take charge of it and make use of it. It's a simple question, really. Do I want to be happy? Or do I want to proactively take control of my attitude, or just kind of let things that happen to me affect me? So for me, the answer to that is obvious, and the choice every time is to be happy and to be grateful. And if you're really, really mastering this, kind of, you know, serious Zen master level, is to be able to see things to be grateful for in every situation, even situations that you might think of as bad, to be able to actually see the learning in that. Is real kind of mastery of this gratitude skill. And the more you go on with it, the more you'll be able to see the things to be grateful for, even in difficult situations. But of course, it depends entirely on your perspective. You can choose to learn and take the positive. Somebody who must have been a real master at this was the famous haiku poet Basho, who said, "Since my house burnt down, I now own a better view of the rising moon." That is some pretty impressive gratitude practice. I'm not sure I'm quite at that level yet. I think I might have a bit more to say than that if my house burnt down. But it illustrates a point. There is always something to be grateful for. So I really, really hope that you can find the time to start a gratitude diary if you don't do so already. I know an increasing number of people now do it because it is such an effective practice, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys, because really, honestly, if there is one thing that's had such a tremendous impact on my own happiness and my self-development, on my ability to actually perceive a positive in every situation, it's writing a gratitude diary. You know, if something happens to me now that I might have been disappointed with before, now I'm able to see the positive in it. The other day, I was due to go and see a film at the cinema, and I got the times mixed up. And rather than being disappointed, oh, I didn't get to see my film, I was like, okay, well, you know, I've got time to do this instead. So it really shifts my perspective, and I hope it will for yours too. So if you want to know more about me and the coaching that I offer, I'm a personal business coach, and I also run workshops as a licensed Feel the Fear trainer for the Susan Jeffers organisation. Please do stop by, check out my website at joeritchie.com, and also my Facebook page, where you can get regular updates and tips and self-development tools. is follow your bliss always. So my very low tech way of displaying that is here.